show that I have 3 people. 1, 2, 3. There's another hand. All right, thank you. Hello, class. I'm Caleb Hall. I'm currently a sophomore here at North Greenville University. I'm on the baseball team. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to swing. To establish my credibility, I would like to talk about how I have been a hitting coach for about 5 years now, ranging from all ages, from the T-ball level all the way up to we have a couple kids that are getting ready to go college. Our kids that are about to go college are looking at some pretty good schools. We have a couple looking at Tennessee, Arkansas, Ole Miss, really good ball players. And so today we would like to talk about the hitting aspect of baseball more than anything. My philosophy with hitting is very simple. I like my hitters to be as flush in contact as possible. What this means is I want them to be as simple as possible, really just working on finding barrel and having an approach at the plate. An approach at the plate in baseball is probably more important than technique, even though we're going over technique today, because the mental aspect of baseball is about 80% mental, 20% skill. But as I'm going to call my show person for today, Carter Deerdorf.
Hey guys, Carter Deerdorf. I'm a sophomore here at North Greenville University. I won Freshman of the Year last year, and I was Division II All-Conference DH. So when it comes to hitting, Caleb's helped me a lot in my career, so I'm excited to be someone he uses for a demonstration of that.
Yes, thank you, Carter.
Yeah.
All right, so to start with hitting, I'm going to act like he is a young kid that really knows nothing about baseball at this point. First, I'm going to tell him to get in a very good position, kind of like shoulder width apart, maybe a little wider, depends on the player. Some people like to be a little wider, some people like to be a little shorter. In this case, I'm just going to have him be shoulder width apart. All right, so what we're going to worry about here now is we're going to start from the ground up. Now that he's shoulder width apart, I'd like him to get in his legs a little bit. All right, as you see, he is more of a 60-40, 60 on his backside, 40 on his front side. This is going to allow him to be in a good position to get in this back hip. This back hip is very important in baseball. This is where all of our power comes from. If we drive this back hip to the ball as hard as possible, typically the ball will go further, our hands will be a little bit faster. So it's super important that we work from the ground up, making sure that our lower body is good first. From here, I would like to start paying a little bit more attention to the hands. Now that we're in a good spot, we're ready to fire, we have a little weight on this back side. Hands now, for a kid starting out, I would like for him to be, yes, shoulders square to the pitcher. All right, we want to eliminate this as much as possible, as this is just going to make it harder for us to see the pitcher, and the more that we rotate in, the more that this front shoulder is going to rotate out. So, can you stand this way?
This one.
This way,
Cool.
Yes. His shoulders are square to the pitcher, as I just showed you, and I kind of want his hands off his elbow a little, or off his shoulder a little bit, but not too much. I don't want him too much up here. I don't want him too much down here, just off the shoulder a little bit. I would like his hands preferably around his ear, in a sense, kind of staying tight, making sure that we're not getting too far from our body. Once it comes to hitting, I like to talk about 3 key positions. 1 being our load at our base, 2 being our load. So from our load, what we're thinking about is driving a little more weight on this back leg. We want to push back a little bit, get in this back hip, and at the same time, we want to load our hands into a good position to fire to the baseball. So now, this is our first position. This is our load. From this spot, you should be able to swing. It's important in baseball that we're ready to go at all times because we don't really know the speed of the pitches that are coming at us. It's very unpredictable. So for him being in this position early in his load, it's just going to benefit him even more, allowing him to see the ball a little deeper and allowing him to have more time to adjust to off-speed pitches. So can we get in that 1 position, that 2 position, right? So from here, what I like to think about is almost farting with our back elbow. It sounds absurd, but what I want us to do is I want us to move this hip and this elbow at the same time and kind of close this backside. This creates a strong pull from here, meaning his lat, and it also connects everything together. At this point, he's in a strong position to deliver the barrel. From here, I like to tell my hitters to almost snap their wrist to the ball, meaning I don't want him to push his hands forward. I don't want him to throw his hands out. All I want his wrist to do is turn to the ball, allowing him to catch this ball out front as far as possible. This is going to allow him to create more power, more consistent contact. If we're trying to connect to the ball back here, it's going to make us foul off pitches and we're going to be late. If we catch the ball out front, we're going to catch it more square, create backspin, and hopefully home runs. So as he gets to this spot in his swing, he's going, he's there. From here, the most important thing is probably our finish. Our finish is just as important as the way we start, because if we're falling off balance, if we're going everywhere, if our bat is too low, too high, we're not going to be in a good spot. So as we're in that spot, we want to think about extending through this ball as long as possible with our hands, creating space here. This is going to allow him, once again, to create that extension out front, allowing more backspin. And from here, we finish high, we come around, and then we watch that sucker go. All right. Thank y'all for this little demonstration that I've given. Thank you for paying attention, and I hope now y'all know a little bit more about hitting a